public that the board of directors of this company is committed to excellence in the governance, ethics, and safe operations of this company. Our board is responsible for risk oversight and strategic direction. We focus on ensuring that we have in place strong processes for identifying, prioritizing, managing, and monitoring all of our critical risks. The board is organized into 5 committees: audit, compensation, finance, governance and nominating, and safety, environmental, and public policy. Each of those committees are responsible for risk oversight within that committee's area of responsibility, and all regularly report to the full board of directors. In particular, the Safety, Environmental, and Public Policy Committee makes a report to the board of directors on a quarterly basis regarding our compliance with worker safety and environmental compliance rules, regulations, and goals. Massey Energy is dedicated to maintaining the highest level of integrity in every aspect of its operations. Directors, executives, and members annually review and sign ethics statements, pledging to adhere to high standards of behavior. The ethics agreement includes guidelines for avoiding conflicts of interest and for reporting questionable accounting practices. Massey members are encouraged to report any suspicion of either unethical or improper or unsafe behavior to a toll-free, anonymous hotline. We are committed to an open, constructive dialogue with our stakeholders regarding corporate governance. We have taken aggressive steps over the last 5 years to keep pace with the evolving governance landscape, and we remain open to feedback regarding best practices. In recent years, we've taken a number of steps to improve our governance practices. I encourage you to review the letter to stakeholders that details many of these specific changes. We are committed to strong governance, and as chair of our Governance and Nominating Committee, I personally assure you I will continue to actively monitor best practices across the corporate world. I believe in this company. Its culture today focuses on 3 priorities: safety, ethics, and excellence. Massey members are among the best, most productive, and have been among the safest miners in the world. They receive continuous comprehensive training, and they use state-of-the-art technology and equipment. The company continually presses for innovations in making work safer. I would also like to remind everyone just how much this company has grown, and in doing so, contributed to the prosperity of Central Appalachia, especially West Virginia. When Fluor and Shell divided their coal assets in 1985, the remaining Massey Coal Company was worth an estimated $190 million and had about 1,200 employees. Don Blankenship became president in 1992. When Massey became a public company in November 2000, its market cap value was $758 million, and we provided over 3,600 jobs. Today, Massey Energy employs 6,950 people, and last Friday, its market cap value was $4.2 billion. And we pay well. As of 2008, our miners were paid on average $60,000 a year, almost double the average salary of West Virginia workers. And in the same year, we paid more than $100 million in severance taxes to West Virginia, Kentucky, and Virginia state and local governments. As chairman and CEO of this company, Mr. Blankenship has been responsible for much of that growth, even as he continued to put safety first. He has also borne the brunt of criticism for the recent accident. let me reiterate, Mr. Blankenship retains the full support of the Board of Directors. Some have called for immediately changing our leadership. Making changes in the middle of a crisis is exceptionally high risk for all stakeholders. When the crisis has subsided and we know the facts, we will maintain the highest standard of accountability and responsibility. We have suffered a great tragedy with the loss of 29 miners, but we will learn from that accident, and what we learn will make mining safer, not just for the members of Massey Energy, but for the coal production industry, with whom we have frequently changed the innovations that we brought to safety. I'd now like to take just a minute introducing Stan Sobolewski, because it's difficult to get him to talk about himself. As we set out to create a board to provide the oversight and direction, we looked for the broadest base of experience. What we had lacked was detailed technical knowledge on all the processes of mining and safety. And so we were delighted that we persuaded Stan to join the board, not only as a professor, but also having served with the commission overseeing mining, health, and safety. He brings exceptional expertise to this board. Stan.
Thank you, Admiral. First, before I get into my remarks, let me express my condolences also to the families of those lost in the Upper Big Branch explosion and all others affected by the explosion. Like Dawn, I'm mystified at what occurred at the mine on April 5th. If you'd asked me prior to the explosion if such a loss of life was still possible in U.S. mining, I would have answered no. Something very unexpected happened at Upper Big Branch while the mine was in the process of changing shifts that day. The essential thing now is to find out what caused this accident and make sure it never happens again. As a mining engineer by background, I'm the technical person in this group, and my remarks will cover some of the points raised in the press about this aspect of Upper Big Branch and Massey Energy. I will also try to clear up some misconceptions concerning the MSHA inspection system that seems to pervade many of the media accounts. As the press has reported, last year the Upper Big Branch mine had an inordinate number of D orders, the most serious types of MSHA violation. I will discuss these, but to put these in perspective, I'd like to briefly look at how the MSHA violation system works. MSHA is required to inspect all mines at least 4 times per year. But for mines the size of Upper Big Branch, which had 5 mining sections in production, 1 or more inspectors would be present at the mine on a majority of the days, and certainly at least 1 every week. On average, for all coal mine types and sizes, inspectors write about 9 to 10 violations for every 10 shifts of inspection. By law, MSHA inspectors must issue a citation for every violation of the law that they see. There are many types of violations, so the types of violations cited and the